right, everybody, we have left our campground in Frisco and now we are at the Hatteras Passenger Ferry headed to Ocracoke today.
Good morning. Passenger Ferry, you have reservations? Take care of. Good morning. Good morning.
All right, we are on the ferry taking us from Hatteras Island to Ocracoke Island. It's about an hour boat ride. And man, we are traveling real fast. Once they hatch, the baby sea turtles will make their way down the ocean.
First 3 stops are probably the most to do. Stop number 1 has 5 places to visit, and stop number 2 is a very big stop. So right in the middle of stop number 2 is Lighthouse Road. So that really is our second stop, and then we come back to stop number 2 because the pull-off is on the other side of Lighthouse Road. This is Smack Nally's restaurant. They open around 11. Some days it's 11:15, just getting it together. But it's the only place on the waterfront that you can dine, and the food is very good. All the fresh fish caught is by the fishermen. The charter boats are right there. If you wanted to rent a golf cart, this is one of the 2 golf cart rental places right here. This starts stop number 1 right here with the Harborside Shops. It has clothing and gifts, tabletops, and bedspreads. And you have 2 art galleries right here. And Mermaid's Folly, which is clothing and gifts. And Kitty Hawk Kites. I think everybody basically knows what Kitty Hawk Kites is all about. All kinds of gifts and things. And the ice cream.
Alright everybody, I haven't been doing as much camp life as I would have liked to shoot just because we've been trying to conserve as much battery life as possible so that we could show you as much of our trip as possible. Now, today we were so fortunate in that we took the ferry to Ocracoke and we ended up eating lunch in Ocracoke at this amazing food place called Jason's Restaurant. Absolutely wonderful service, wonderful food. And the hospitality was through the roof. By the time we finished our lunch, it was already midday and we still had a 3.5 mile hike to our campground. And so we started our walk outside of town, and the person who had given us a ride on the trolley around town pulled over and asked if we needed a ride. And of course we're like, we would love one, but the trolley doesn't go that far. Our campground's 3.5 miles away. So she called her husband and he came and gave us a ride to our campground so that we wouldn't have to walk in the heat of the day. Now, there is no any kind of service out here. Our campground is so remote, taxis won't come out here. There's not even a taxi service on the island. So we're gonna have to get up early tomorrow morning to make it back because our ferry ride back to the mainland at the end of this backpacking trip starts at 7-ish in the morning and we still have a couple miles to go. So tomorrow we're gonna wake up probably around 3:30 in the morning just to get started so that we could leave here by probably 4:30 and hike back up to Ocracoke, the main town here on this island, and get on that ferry to the mainland. On the mainland, Lauren's husband Rick is going to pick us up and drive us back to her house in Raleigh. So overall, this weekend has been amazing. I wish I would have brought more batteries. to be able to show you guys every single moment of this adventure. We've been swimming in the beach, we've been hiking a ton, hiking through forest, on roads, hiking on the beach, and having a wonderful camp life. Right now I washed my clothes and I'm drying them in the sun. We have clothes drying over here, clothes drying on the clothesline. We have all of our stuff kind of unpacked, charging. This is a battery charger right here that's solar powered. Alicia, oldest sister, has been sleeping in this white tent, and Lauren and I have been sleeping in this 2-person tent right here all week. It's pretty comfortable. Take a peek. I already have one sleeping pad set up, but it's still pretty early, so we're still setting up the camp right now. And this campsite is absolutely lovely. We have our own little private access to the beach through this little way. Bathrooms are right around the corner. Couldn't ask for a better campsite. Good amount of shade, good amount of sun, good amount of breeze to keep the mosquitoes away. It's just beautiful. So in total on our backpacking trip, this trip is covering 6 days, 5 nights, and we have hiked from Salvo, North Carolina, all the way down to Ocracoke. And then we're gonna take one last ferry back to the mainland. Now we've had to keep our packs pretty light as possible, only taking what we absolutely need because we are on foot throughout this experience. So whatever we want to bring with us, we have to physically carry on our backs. That's including food, that's including water, that's including everything we need, our clothes, our toiletries, extra socks, bug spray, anything like that. So in total, with absolutely everything we need, we've tried to keep it light and maybe keep around 2 changes of clothes, a swimsuit, and even so, our backpacks started at around 30 pounds each this trip, and they only got lighter by us drinking a lot of water and eating our food. So it's been kind of nice as we get through, and losing stuff. We've lost a couple tent stakes, a couple clips here and there, a pair of sunglasses, which I feel like bound to happen on a backpacking trip. So we have been really excited to stop at every chance we get to have a snack, eat a meal, just because we know that once we eat something, when we put our bags back on, they're just gonna be even a few ounces lighter. It has still been really nice because all of our campgrounds have had running water, bathrooms, showers, so we've been able to shower every day, and even though we've only brought a couple changes of clothes, we've been able to wash them and hang them up to dry and keep ourselves fresh. We've also had access to clean water at all of our campsites, so we've been refilling our water every single day as we go. I'm just so happy that I was able to bring you guys along on this adventure with us, even if you only got to see 1%. All right, so we are on the road. We have gone over 3 miles already this morning. We've got about another 1.5 miles to make it to our ferry, which leaves at 7 or 7:30? 7:30. Which leaves at 7:30 this morning. So we had to get up at 3:15 so that we could get all packed up and ready to go and get on our little hike. And we're almost there. It's a great morning so far. It's been beautiful, nice and cool. We've got to see a bunch of fireflies. It's been really nice. So 4.5 miles later, away from our campsite at the Ocracoke campground, all the way on the other side of the island, we have made it. We are at the ferry right now. We just have to wait until it is time to get on our boat that's going to take us back to the mainland Once we get to the mainland, Lauren's husband Rick is going to pick us up in his car and drive us back to her house in Raleigh. You can see we were hiking in the dark this morning, and as we arrived, it is just now starting to get some light outside. We are at dawn. Still not quite sunrise, but getting there. And our ferry is right over there. It really is a beautiful morning. Nice breeze. It's been warm the whole trip, but it's one of the cooler mornings that we've been here. Ooh, let's take a look at Ocracoke Village. It's a little map. So we are up there, and we hiked this morning this road, and then it still goes out that way a few miles. All right. All right, we're getting on the ferry. All right, we are leaving port by Ocracoke Island. Ocracoke was so nice. Man, look at that. That's a long way down. So the ferry ride from Ocracoke to the mainland is about 2.5 hours. So we're gonna get settled in and enjoy this boat ride.
And I landed wrong.
This ferry is nice and air conditioned, and I just love these tables because look, it has a map of the Outer Banks. So we hiked all the way from Salvo down to Ocracoke. It was a wonderful weekend. It's really beautiful and powerful and a little bit scary at the same time. But this breeze feels amazing. Looks like we have a little sailboat in the distance. Now we still do have probably about 2 hours left on our boat ride. Alicia and Lauren and I, we were gonna go inside and play some cards, hang out in the ferry boat, and just relax. Because this trip, it's been absolutely amazing, but at the same time we are all a little bit relieved to have made it this far and have an opportunity to just take a little cruise across the Sound. So peaceful. Man, if there were chairs right here, I think I would just pull up a chair and sit on the front of this boat because that breeze is so nice. But let's go inside and play a couple hands at cards. Are we ready? It's chilly in here. I think I might have to get my camp blanket out.
Trouble and then you